Okay, so day 6 today, last day before the weekend, so I've got Sunday off and then Monday back on. Today was a very good day. It's absolutely pouring with rain, so Saturday is usually the day that Simon leaves, just like I said yesterday, just for customers. So no admin is done on that day, that him and Phoebe, if Phoebe's usually not working, but if she is there, they just encourage customers in. And it's the day for selling work. So I went in today and there was a definite increase in the amount of customers. I did actually do a little bit of admin today because I had to design my invoice for Simon and Phoebe, because I'm selling my work to them to sell to Rob. It was just coincidence that Rob saw it before I sold it to them. So Simon very kindly, my work was sold for 450 and I originally said I'd split 50-50, and he insisted that he'll just take off the frame from the 450 and I get the rest. So I get 330, which is incredibly generous. And very exciting, and I'll put that towards a new artwork or some more art supplies, just to make it sentimental. It's the first piece I've sold, so it was really exciting. So I designed on Canva my invoice, what my invoice page will look like, and I'll reuse that if ever I'm to sell more work. I'll reuse that. So I sort of cropped in a piece of my work and faded that into the background to make it look quite smart and original, and then I had to add the price, what it was selling for, if there was tax, which there isn't, my address, Stowe Art House's address, information about the piece, the title, the medium, and yeah, and then I signed that, and then I was paid by Simon, and then I created a payment receipt, so very similar to what had been made on the invoice, but just changing a few of the things and saying thank you. Thank you for purchasing, which is really exciting. So that was really good. And then Simon was out quite a lot today. Phoebe wasn't working, so a lot of the time it was just me in the gallery. So it was quite interesting because it was a busy day in terms of people on the floor. So 3 people came in at one point, and the man inquired about Henry Moore and asked how much it was. I said it's 120,000. That was quite exciting. And I said, "Are you an artist yourself?" And he said that he was, and he had a exhibition in Covent Garden not long ago, and sort of got the impression that they were just browsing, but really he wanted to exhibit. So Simon came back and he basically said, "Yeah, I'm looking to exhibit in your gallery." And when they left, Simon says it's interesting how I'm starting to pick up on who's actually there to buy and who's an artist wishing to have their work displayed. So then another guy came in and overheard me and Simon saying it's interesting how some people want to exhibit, and so he was clearly an artist, and he just had a very quick look round and then left. An artist who wanted to have his work exhibited in the gallery, rather someone who was interested in buying. And then I had a lovely couple of ladies. While Simon was out, it was just me, and these 2 ladies came in who were on holiday, and it was pouring with rain, and I took Simon's advice of not talking about the artwork and just talking about something really boring like the weather. And they were on holiday here, and one of the ladies had a gallery in Paddington, and she's a potter. So that was really interesting, and she actually wasn't looking to exhibit, she was looking around the gallery and seemed really interested. We had a lot of sculpture works at the moment of Rosie's, so that was great for her to see. And I talked about the upcoming exhibition Totem and when the dates were, that they should come along if they're still there, and then just left them to it, had a nice chat with them, and just then allowed them to relax, and I could sort of get on with my work, leave them to look round and not feel overlooked, or anything like that. So I think they really enjoyed themselves, and they weren't interested in buying, and it was fairly steady the rest of the day. Like I say, it was pouring with rain, and Simon said, yeah, we'll finish up slightly early today because there's just not the amount of customers that there usually would be on a Saturday. So we didn't sell any work today, but there's one Bridget Riley selling next week, which is really exciting, and they'll get £3,000 worth from that. My work sold, but kindly they didn't take any of the money, so that doesn't really help them, but it's been an amazing experience for me. Like I say, designing my invoice today was really exciting. It took quite a long time, a couple of hours, because I wanted it. I'll reuse that. And then at the end of the day, Simon kindly bought me a folder and like an invoice, a book, like a record book. So if ever I'm to sell more artwork, I can write down the first piece art block that's been sold, and then I can record that in the book and keep track. So it was a really good day. Sunday off, so it'd be nice to have a rest day, and then looking forward to Monday, and hopefully a few more works will be sold by then, and we'll get ready for Totem as well.